So we all have the question, what would Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 look like after Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? For those of you who watch the channel already, you will know that I already have a Spectacular Spider-Man continuation series going on. Right now, we're in the middle of Season 4, and I plan to go all the way up until the end of Season 5. And this fanfiction here will be completely separate from that series, nor will this fanfiction interfere with the series at all. But today I'm asking the question, what if Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 happens after Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? Spoilers for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, by the way. So we'll be taking Spectacular Spider-Man's appearance in Across the Spider-Verse and expanding upon the content that was given to us in that film. The most crucial information we got from his appearance is that we know that in Season 3, or at least some point down the line, Captain Stacy is going to die. So that is going to be the focal point for this Season 3, based off the official information we have for the character. We will start our story in Episode 1, continuing where we left off in Season 2. This will be a direct continuation from Season 2 to Season 3, and Stacy's death will tie into this season. We will show how Captain Stacy came to his demise during the canon event that took place. The season will follow three main characters, Peter, Gwen, and Harry. Episode 1 will be showcasing the downfall of Harry as a character. After his father's death at the end of Season 2, Gwen and Peter are all he has left. But after the final episode of Season 2, Harry found out that they were planning on getting together and leaving Harry in the mud. Harry, obviously not wanting this to happen, blackmails Gwen into staying with him. Subsequently, Peter will start to notice something is off with Harry, but not know what it is. He chalks it up to it being his father's death at first. After all, Peter lost Uncle Ben. He knows what it's like. He can relate to Harry on this point. Peter will fight a range of villains throughout the season as well. The most notable ones will be Doc Ock and Venom, who are portrayed as the two main antagonists of the series once again, coming back for various episodes. Doc Ock will once again build a variation of the Sinister Six, giving us a Sinister Six two-parter once again. But we will also be introduced to new villains as well. The likes of Carnage will make an appearance, and the Scorpion as well. But the overarching villain of the whole season will be the Hobgoblin. Similar to the Green Goblin in Season 2, the Hobgoblin's identity will remain a secret. It will be up to Spider-Man to figure out who is behind the mask. The Hobgoblin will seem to have an agenda, being crazier and more deluded than the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin was more calculated, only pushing shove when it really needed to, and making everything happen behind the scenes. The decisions that the Green Goblin used to make in Seasons 1 and 2 used to be very calculated and very much behind everything else. He'd have minions on top of minions doing his bidding throughout the city, and able to gain more power. However, Hobgoblin will not be like this. He is violent and full on. This is where a relationship is starting to be built between Captain Stacy and Spider-Man, as they are forced to work with one another to figure out the identity of the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin becomes a massive problem for the city, and is probably the worst thing that could happen after the Green Goblin. The city is already on the ropes, after the destruction between the battle between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin at the end of Season 2. However, the Hobgoblin is rampant, which forces Captain Stacy and Spider-Man to team up to try and figure out who he is. This relationship will be built up throughout the season as one of the focal points of the whole series. This will also create dramatic tension for the series as a whole, as Peter has to fight within himself whether to date Gwen or not, who is Captain Stacy's daughter. Captain Stacy knows Peter as Spider-Man, even though it's never explicitly said. And after getting closer with one another, Captain Stacy will advise Spider-Man very indirectly that he isn't to date his daughter. This can be done metaphorically, or by Captain Stacy expressing his distaste for his daughter to get wrapped up in all of this danger. Peter will slowly start to realize that Captain Stacy knows something about Peter that he didn't think he knew. This dynamic will continue throughout the back half of the series, when it looks more likely that Gwen and Peter will get together. A big theme during the series will be that Peter wants to reveal his identity to Gwen the whole time. He thinks it would make their relationship easier. And Peter being Spider-Man, on top of trying to have a relationship with Gwen, isn't really fair on Gwen in the first place. Gwen will start to notice that things are a little bit off with Peter as they start to get to know each other a little better. However, during this time, Harry will slowly be going insane. The season will conclude with the reveal that Harry is in fact the Hobgoblin, and it will all come crashing down as Harry reveals that he knows about Peter and Gwen, and that he feels like he's been treated like dirt on the bottom of their shoe. During the massive climax and the massive fight between Spider-Man and the Hobgoblin, Captain Stacy will try and save a child from some falling rubble, and will unfortunately lose his life in this moment, similar to the canon events that happened in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and also the comics as well. This will be the canon event for this version of Spider-Man. Peter loses Captain Stacy, and Gwen loses her father. Harry is defeated and is sent down. The series will conclude with Gwen thinking that Spider-Man killed her father, so as a result, Peter doesn't reveal his identity to her. Peter learning the lesson that those who are close to him will always take advantage of the fact that they know he's Spider-Man. And because of Harry, and because of what happened to Captain Stacy, no one can ever know he's Spider-Man. Not even Gwen. The season will end with Miguel O'Hara and Jessica Drew visiting the Spectacular Spider-Man universe, bringing Spectacular Spider-Man on board for the Spider Society, leading directly into Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That is it for the Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 fanfiction after Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. If you did enjoy this fanfiction, make sure to hit a like on it, and also make sure to subscribe for more fanfictions. And like I said at the start of the video, if you are new to the channel, then make sure to go check out my Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 fanfiction, where we continue the series that doesn't relate with Across the Spider-Verse. That is completely separate. There's nothing in that series that connects it, but that is a continuation nonetheless. So if you do like Spectacular Spider-Man and you want to see it continue, I continue it episode by episode. And the full movie version of Season 3 is also up on YouTube. If you don't want to skip through YouTube ads or whatever, you can just go and watch that version. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.
Subscribe!
Yeah.